More than a few years ago, in my first year of seminary, I started to notice that my classmates and the priest professors had a special devotion to St. Therese of the Child Jesus. To be honest, I was surprised. Sure, there were a fair amount who prayed to St. John Vianney, the patron of priests. We were in Boston, so there are a lot of Irish people, so there's a lot of devotion to St. Patrick, and Italians to Padre Pio, now Saint Padre Pio. But it made me wonder, why pray to this young Carmelite sister? What was the reason? What was the spiritual connection to her life that so many in my seminary were attracted? Many years later, I definitely can understand more fully how in each of our lives there is something we can all learn from this humble doctor of the Church. To begin with, what she called her little way offers a path to holiness for every single person, no one excluded. Through her spiritual journey, she discovered that though she wouldn't be able to fulfill her desires of becoming a missionary or a martyr, she could, however, do the loving thing in every situation. Imagine for a moment the effect that St. Therese's little way of doing the loving thing in our families and in our neighborhoods, our workplaces, everywhere we go. What would happen if that's what we did? Imagine that. She would also offer advice for anyone who had their life's goals seemingly unfulfilled. And she would explain from within the Carmel's cloistered walls, she said, "Great deeds are forbidden me. I cannot preach the gospel, I cannot shed my blood, but that doesn't matter. For my brothers toil instead for me, and I, a little child, keep close to the throne of God, and I love for those who fight." St. Therese was speaking of fighting in the sense of fighting to overcome evil and the ignorance that some people have of God's plan in their lives. She came to see her role humbly, yet vital in God's plan. I think the idea of a holy religious sister persevering through different struggles in her journey of faith and at the same time praying for her spiritual brothers is what attracted my classmates and the priest professors. It was the idea that no matter whether you are called to the vocation of priesthood or any other vocation, no matter how your original plans are matching with God's, St. Therese brought hope that there is a way to move forward in our lives in love. St. Therese was also an inspiration for anyone who struggles with depression or, as she called, oversensitivity. She was often hurt by people in her lives by the words and actions that they spoke of her. She discovered, as she prayed and thought about it, that it was connected to her mother's death when she was just a child. St. Therese would write about overcoming these emotional struggles as a time of conversion. She said, "Jesus flooded the darkness of my soul with the torrents of light. I got back for good the strength that my soul lost when I was only 4.5. Love filled my heart. I forgot myself, and henceforth I was happy." My brothers and sisters, no matter our age, our vocation, or our dreams, St. Therese of the Child Jesus shows us the way to holiness. It's the simplicity and the honesty of her way that makes possible for each of us to become who God has truly made us to be. May her prayers, her writings, and example allow us to be the instrument of God's love of every situation in this day, beginning in our families. May God bless you, your families, on this holy day as we learn this simple and loving little way.